Hi there, Capricorns. Welcome to your weekly reading. So this is going to run roughly from October 8th until the 14th, okay? First off, I feel almost like for those in relationships, you feel a little bit neglected by your partner. And in a way, you understand that your partner is, very, very busy. I feel like you're dealing with someone who's trying to get their life in order, who's trying to get their career in order, who is possibly learning new things, working also in a very, very public environment. They have a lot of new procedures, new knowledge that they need to grasp or they need to memorize really, really quickly. So I see somebody who is studying, who is doing presentations, who is also like reading a lot, like reading, trying to memorize, trying to learn things, trying to rehearse. So in a way, they're just very, very busy, and you're aware of that, and you're giving them their space to do whatever they need to focus on to get their career on track and to get, their public image on track. But at the same time, your energy is the Eight of Cups here, and this is sort of like it's a little bit of a heartbreak type of a situation, feeling a little bit dejected, like we can't really bounce ideas off another person and that they're not either physically available or emotionally available to you at this time. And your partner shows up here as the Eight of Pentacles. So the energy is very, it's like the ebb and flow. Both of these are eights. So both people are focusing heavily on career, on trying to establish, their financial abundance. And it seems like you're okay, you're very stable, but that your partner, they're at a different point in their life where they're trying to build, they're trying to create more for themselves, and they're trying to as well enhance their professional image. And they might have a lot of people that are coming to them that are reliant on them. So they're trying to enhance their skills so that they can be more presentable, so that they can enhance their credibility at work. And as a result of that, I feel like you're waiting on pins and needles here. I have here the Nine of Swords. Waiting on pins and needles, waiting for, time where your partner is going to notice you, waiting for responses and communication and feedback as well. So I feel like you might have a partner, if they're doing presentations or if they're doing something where there are a lot of people that they're going to have to speak to, they're going to either, study with you or rehearse with you. And I feel like the communication between you and them, it's very detached. It's very systematic. Like it's very work focused. It's very, logistically focused. So it's like, did you put the kids to bed? Did you bathe them? Did you feed them this? Did, so-and-so take his or her medicine? Did you feed the dogs? It's just a lot of housekeeping things that I'm feeling. At the center of the spread, we do have here the Ten of Cups, okay? So I feel like no matter what's happening this week, the basis and the foundation indicates to me there is definitely a stable relationship. Like feelings are being reciprocated from both ends. And in particular, if you're dealing with an earth sign, so another earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, the way they are depicted in this spread is you're dealing with someone who might be a little bit of a workaholic, and you're dealing with someone who has a lot of things that they're managing. So they might be, a manager, they might be a supervisor, they have a lot of people that are dependent on them to do the work. And then as a result of that, I feel like, they might be a little bit MIA this week. So if you're dealing with them, I feel like you're already in a relationship with them with the Ten of Cups here, which means you live together, you have children together, you have joint resources, and there's a very happy, stable home unit. It's just this week they're a little bit MIA because of responsibilities from their end, okay? And then for others of you who are dealing with an air sign, I have here the Prince of Swords. This is somebody coming in fast, coming in swift, and there is going to be a lot of communication. So if you've been longing for, contact and sort of like explanation, like, why did you leave me waiting? I'm just here, waiting for you to call, waiting for your text messages. Communication might be, it's almost like they're rushing around. And they might not have received the text message. They might not have received the phone call. They might not have received the email. But they're going to be coming in either way. So even if they haven't received anything from you, I feel like they're coming to your rescue, or they're coming to kind of like tell you, why didn't you contact me? So I feel that energy where there might be missed messages, or like, things get crossed in the communication sector. And they're coming in to try to rectify the situation. So air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And then the earth sign, which you're already in a relationship with. And that is another Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. And so let this energy sort of play itself out. It's a very short, transient type of an energy I'm picking up. But the heart of the matter is, with the 10 of Cups, you're already established. You might even be dating new people, or it's somebody that you're interested in. Feelings are definitely reciprocated, but it seems like one person's very, very busy. And then I also feel communication that might not, things that were sent but were not received. So don't think worst case scenario, okay? Let the energy play out. You guys are not impulsive, but I do feel like you're going to want that emotional support, that emotional anchor. You want you want to feel needed and wanted and supported. And it might not be until the end of the week where you're getting the feedback, where you're getting, that sense of reciprocity from the partner or from the love interest, okay? The other thing I'm seeing here is I feel like there is the potential to kind of stray elsewhere, look outside the relationship for validation. So for example, if you're feeling a little bit left out in the cold, if you're feeling a little bit neglected, you can find other means and other ways for you to kind of like feel emotionally nourished without stepping out on the relationship. And I also feel the danger of you wanting to make that emotional connection and deferring to somebody like a third party outside of the relationship, where I don't see so much that it's an affair, like a third party interfering or, leaning on somebody outside of a third party. But I feel like reverting to or resorting to other ways of finding emotional, support through somebody that has feelings for you. And so it's like the beginning of an emotional affair, and that's something you want to be careful about, okay? Other messages that I'm picking up, and I feel like this is a good week for you overall to kind of, I see a lot of people getting in better shape, trying to be a lot more active, trying to kind of dissipate this energy. If you're like not really connecting with your partner, then you can find other ways to distract yourself. So I see a lot of that. Distracting yourself when it comes to work, distracting yourself at the gym, doing other things, aerobics or group exercises and things like that in order to branch out, in order to meet people, as well as sporting events, okay? And I'm getting that mainly with this this Queen of Wands energy. She doesn't sit around and wait for people. She goes out and, she makes the best of her situation. And the Strength card usually indicates to me health. It usually indicates like taking care of our health, being a little bit more proactive about, staying in shape and taking care of ourselves, getting our hair cut, getting our nails done, getting a new wardrobe. So I see a lot of you, instead of waiting, you're going through other avenues to try to, have fun and to branch out and things like that. Possibly even meeting with friends, drinking, socializing, friends, family member is what I'm sensing as well. Socializing, drinking, and even having opportunities for you to network, okay? So that you're kind of like not waiting around for other people to make contact, but socializing and things like that, okay? At the end of the week, I do have here the Seven of Swords. And this is an energy that you want to be a little bit careful about. This is sort of like, where did you go? Who were you with? And, somebody questioning you. And I don't see so much that it's a romantic partner, but I do feel like some type of sneaky behavior, possibly in the family environment or in the work environment, where somebody is not very clear and not being candid about, what they've been up to and who they're with. So there's that element as well, possibly hanging out with the wrong people or hanging out with people that you don't normally like just because you don't want to be alone or just because, you happen to run into them at a social event or a social function. And I do feel some of you catching wind of somebody who's already in a relationship, and they're stepping out on the relationship partner, they run into you, and it gets really awkward, okay? So that's something you're going to encounter for this week. It's like, hey, I thought so-and-so was in a relationship. Why is he or she, at this bar acting like they're single? So like gossip and, things like that. So just be careful about that. And I also see elements of somebody who's already in another relationship. You're out socializing and having fun. This is a really fun week, actually. And they make a move on you. So be careful about that. All right. Just if you start out this week and that tends to happen to you, I feel like you want to have a response ready, and you want to not so much just say, thank you, but no thank you. But, really call them out on it so that they're aware, okay? You can say, aren't you seeing so-and-so? That way they kind of, they know that you know, and they don't try to overstep their boundaries with you, okay? So I see that element coming in. I also feel as well, there are housing social functions that you're going to where you're bringing gifts, you're bringing food. Like, I feel like a potluck type of energy. You're possibly creating something, making something to bring to a group gathering as well. So overall, I feel like it is going to be a very, very fun week. And I feel like it's, there's a lot of things happening. So, relationship isn't heavily emphasized. But more so the social circle. And whenever we expand our energy out to a lot of people, we can also, run into a lot of problems, hear a lot of gossip as well. But, as an earth sign, I feel like whatever, you absorb everything, but nothing escapes your lips. So you're very close-lipped and you're very proper when it comes to dealing with people's messiness, okay? That's just something to keep an eye out for. Have a response ready if someone is coming at you and they're already in another relationship, okay? Not to worry, Capricorn. I feel like it's still going to be a fun week. There are a lot of social events on the work front, on the friendship front as well. So you're not really going to, be bored, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. I hope the reading is helpful. I'll see you guys next week.